We're going to do some more real-world problems using ratios. So our first question is, what is a ratio of circles to squares to stars? And we want to write it two different ways. Remember that we write it in the order that it came in the question. So circles, the 2 is colon, to squares, another 2 is another colon, to stars. So I'm going to label it circles, squares, stars. And I have the ratio, there's 3 circles up there to 6 squares to 9 stars. The other way I could write this would be to put it in lowest terms. I look again for my greatest common factor of 3, 6, and 9. And 3 is the largest number, so I'm going to divide each of them by 3. And that'll give me 1, 2, 2, to 3. And dividing them by 3 means I put them in groups of 3. So here's one group of 3, so there's my 1 down below. And then in this one I have 2 groups of 3, so that's my 2 down below, down here. And in the last one I've got 1, 2, 3 groups of 3. So dividing them to groups of 3 gave me 3. So my final answer in lowest terms is 1 to 2 to 3. Circles to squares to stars. Pause the video and try this problem. Be sure your final answer is in simplest terms. The question wants to know the ratio of the distance John ran. So we'll put John first. 2 is my colon. So it's Sally. So John to Sally to Aaron. So we'll label my answer. We'll fill in John's, which is 200, to Sally's, which is 800, to Aaron's, which is 3,000. Next, I need to put it in simplest form. They all end in zeros, so we'll start by getting rid of zeros. 2 zeros is the most they all have, so that means I can divide by 100. So dividing 200 by 100 gives me 2. Dividing 800 by 100 gives me 8. And dividing 3,000 by 100 gives me 30. I see that I can divide each of those by 2 because they're all even. So that'll give me 1, 2, 4, to 15. So in simplest form, it's 1 to 4 to 15. I could have just divided by 200 in the beginning and gotten there in one step. In this problem, we're going to use 2 different methods to get the answer. We're going to start with the method that has us draw models. So if we have Jeremy cutting his length of wire into 3 pieces A, B, and C in the ratio of 4 to 2 to 1, I know that I'll need an A. That's 4 boxes. I'm going to need a B. That's 2 boxes. And I'm going to need a C. That's 1 box, because it says 4 to 2 to 1 and the order is A, B, C. It tells me that the length of the longest piece is 28, and I see that my A is the longest, so this distance right here is 28. The question is, what's the total length? So this, all 3 of them together, is my question. So my sentence answer down here is already set up. The total length of the 3 pieces of wire is blank centimeters. Well, in this picture, I see that 4 boxes up here is worth 28. So if I have 4 boxes equal to 28, then I can divide 28 by 4 to find out that one box equals 7. And if I put 7 in each box, I see that I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes. And so 7 times 7 gives me a total of 49. So my question mark is 49 centimeters. I could have set it up as 4 to 2 to 1, where this was A, B, C, and it told me the longest piece was 28. Well, my 4 is longest, so my 28 would have lined it up with the 4, but I didn't know what these two were going to be. But I would see that I would need to take 4 times something to get 28, and I figured out that that was 7. So then if I take 2 times 7, that gives me 14, and 1 times 7 gives me 7, and then if I want the total, I just have to add those up. So 28 plus 14 plus 7 gives me 49 also. So you could do it with a model, or you could do it by setting up your ratio and finding your missing terms. Whatever makes more sense to you. Pause the video and try this one using one of the two methods from the previous example. Using method 1, I have a washer, a dryer, and a refrigerator. And it was in the ratio of 5 to 4 to 6. And the refrigerator was $432. And the question was, how much are all three? This time, $432 represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. So if I take 432 divided by 6, I get $72 for each box. And for all of the appliances, I have 6 plus 4, which is 10, plus 5 is 15. So if I take 72 times 15, I would have the total for all the appliances. That total is $1,080. Doing the ratio method, I would have said the washer to the dryer to the refrigerator is 5 to 4 to 6. And I would have put the $432 under the refrigerator, and I would have needed to find those two and then added all three of those numbers up. Again, 6 goes into 432 72 times, which we found out by dividing, so each of these needs to be taken times 72. After I get my washer price, my dryer price, and my refrigerator price, then I add all of those together. 360 plus 288 plus 432, and that gives me my 1,080 using that method.